Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny Orzel, and I am going to share with you some audio sound design tips using Audition. So basically, sound design is the process of being able to capture or record or manipulate audio elements that you use in anything from video games, television, movies, to you could use it for social media platforms, theater, post-production, anything that would use sound. Sound design a lot of times is referred to music, but in this tip, I'm going to be focusing on sound effects and ambient. So, when you're sound designing, you have to find out what sound is it that I want to create and how is the best way I can do it. And sometimes you have to think out of the box. Think about like Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. When that big giant stone ball is chasing Indiana Jones. Basically what they did was they took like a sedan car, like a Honda Civic, and backed up over gravel. And then the sound designers worked on that sound to create it so that it sounded more like a stone ball rolling in nature. And so, sound designers have modified, elephant cries to create the sound of TIE fighters, for Star Wars. So, think about what's in nature and how can you manipulate it to create the sound that you want. So before we begin, excuse me, I want to talk about being able to generate full spectrum noise because you may need to use different types of noises for your soundtracks, for whatever you're creating. So I'm going to go into Audition right now, and if you go into Effects, Generate Noise, this will pop up. And right now I'm going to call it white noise because white noise is the most popular, probably the most used. We want to do 48 stereo, and I want to do 16. You're going to want to talk to your company or whatever your client, whoever your client is, and see what their output is, and if wherever they're playing this back on, they might want 24 or 32. But I'm going to, a lot of stuff that I do is with video, and when you're working with Premiere, the highest you can go is to 16. Now, I'm going to tell you about these 4 different noises that you can use in your sound design. White noise, which is what it's on right now under the color category. This has equal proportions of all frequencies, as you can see. Because human hearing is more sensitive to high frequency, white noise sounds a little hissy. And if we play it, I'm going to play it for you. It kind of sounds what a typical television, off-air television might sound like. And, you can use that. Whoops, I didn't want to do speech. Pardon me. Effects, generate noise. And let's do brown noise. I use white noise all the time to create different sound effects. And then brown, you can see that it's higher on the low ends and kind of slopes down to when it gets to the higher frequencies. This type of noise has more low frequency content than what you would see in your white or your gray noises. It sounds are for thunder, waterfall like, and so, if you're wanting to create more realistic thunder or waterfall, you may want to use a little brown noise in it. Your gray, you can see it starts with a lot more on the low end frequencies and it kind of dips down. So this is psychoacoustically designed to sound the way humans expect white noise to sound. The emphasis on different frequencies compensates for the varying sensitivity of human hearing. It's educational to try out this option in Audition just to see the graph indicating, your human perception. And then your pink noise is very similar to your brown with less of a slope. This is the most natural sounding of all the noises. By applying an equalizer effect to the sound, you can generate rainfall, waterfalls, wind, rushing river, and other natural sounds. Because pink noise is between brown and white, it sometimes is described as tan. And so if we play it, you can definitely hear how you could use that in for a waterfall scene, because it definitely sounds like that. So what I want to do right now is I want to get into showing you how to create rain sounds as well as a babbling brook. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to create insects at night as well as creating an alien choir. And then the third video, or I guess podcast, you could say, I'm going to show you how to create sci-fi machine effects and an alien drone flying by. So just to give you some ideas of what you can do, and feel free to modify. So I'm going to create a new multi-track session, and I have this running water, and you can hear it. And from that, we're going to make it sound like rain. So, and think of it as like a light, like spring rain, not like a downpour. So on our first track here in our effects rack, we're going to add a 10-band equalizer. And so what we want to do with this is we first want to change this to 120. And the reason we do is it'll allow us to go down to -60, which is what we want. Let me put that back to 0. Okay, so with this, we want to take our 4,000 and our 8,000 sliders down to a -10. And sometimes I do much better typing it in than I do trying to slide. So I'm going to just take those down to a -10. Whoops, I did a +10. I want to do a -10. You know, if we play it now, it's definitely softer. And so, you know, if you want it to be even lighter, you can bring down your 8,000 K slider, or 8K slider down to about -15. And, you know, if you think about it, maybe you're designing something where the person is inside the house and, you know, you want it to be more muted. You can even pull that 8K slider all the way down to -60. So it sounds more like it's coming from outdoors. So now what we want to do is we want to go to our second effects rack over here, and we're going to add a delay. So if you go to delay and echo, and we just want a plain old delay, and what we want to do is we don't want our left and right channels to be separated. We want it to sound like the rain is falling all around the person or the character. And so we have a left channel here and a right channel, and we want to bring both of our channels down to 50% of a mix. So that way it sounds like it's like a panorama of rain. And to make it sound more natural, we want to create the sound so that it doesn't sound rhythmic. And we want to have the left and the right channel delay to be different. So let's add the left channel to be 420, and we'll do the right channel at 500. And so this gives us a long enough delay that the audience can't perceive a rhythm. And if we play it, it sounds like you're in a house and the rain is hitting the house and water's going down the gutters. You know, if you want to create it, you know, to be, you know, even softer, and you don't like the 8K slider going all the way down to -60, you can always bring it down to a -14 and see what happens there. So now let's go on to creating a babbling brook. And so, you know, you can change the distance of the babbling brook by, you know, changing these sliders. And I'll get into that in a minute. We're going to go down to our third effect rack, and we're going to add another 10-band graphic equalizer. And what we want to do is we want to take the 31 frequency, the 63 frequency. Whoops, pardon me. I need to change that to 120 because we want it to go all the way down to -60. We want to keep the 125 and the 250 to 0. We're going to take the 500 and we're going to make it a -10. And we're going to take our 1K and we're going to do a -20. Whoops. I'm hitting things I shouldn't be hitting on the keyboard. Whoops, -2. That's what I get. And then the 2K, we want to be at -30. And we want the 4K to be at -40. And then, you know, if we listen to it, the babbling brook should be at a distance. And so if you want the and then if you want it so that the character walks closer to the brook and the sound gets brighter, what you want to do then is change your 2K slider to like a -20, and then change your 4K to a -30. And now if you play it, it's getting louder. And so you can you can adjust those as the story is going on. So that is our babbling brook, that is our rain sound, and that is our noises. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to make insects out of the babbling water. Or the running water, I should say. So it's just basically taking water out of a faucet and turning it on and recording it. And then this is how we're manipulating it. Okay, see you soon.